prisons in Maryland have the highest percentage of inmates living with AIDS nationwide. They say, why do you send prisoners, people who are living with HIV in prison? Because those who are serving time will come back to our community. And when those men who are having sex with men inside the penitentiary come back, they will be having sex with women or other men. We need to understand that there are those who have gone on ahead of us, and I salute every church and every pastor and every community unit, every service organization. I salute them for achieving community-wide success in prevention, treatment, and support for people who are living with the disease. However, we all must understand that what needs to be done to fight this epidemic, to build on the work of those who have gone on before us, we have to be brave enough to seek out the correct evidence and to know the truth about the HIV and AIDS epidemic. This means persons who are infected and unaffected. It means persons who are involved in at-risk behavior. And I want to talk about that a little bit today, because even though this is a lot of gospel music and a lot of gospel this and that, there are people in the church who are living and displaying and acting out at-risk behavior. Y'all don't want to talk to me. We can talk a lot about people, men who are on the down low, but we have saints that are on the down low. People in the church that are on the down low with regard to their lifestyle choices. And so if not but for a few minutes to talk to you, because somebody may be leaving this concert, this is an Experience the Change conference and concert, but somebody may be leaving and going to the hotel that's right here just to get busy. Y'all want to talk? I know I'm a preacher. I know, but we need to have some difficult conversations because the numbers are still going up. And people are yet dying from the disease. We have witnessed the feminization of the disease. What do you mean by that? Well, that means we recognize the vulnerability and the inequality for so many women in our communities. Today, women account for 1 out of every 4 new HIV cases in the U.S. Of these newly infected women, about 2 out of 3 are African American women of childbearing age, 18 to 34. AIDS is now the leading cause of death for African American women ages 25 to 34. You'll get happy when the singing starts. And then we go violence against women and negative and harmful practices that subordinate women are fueling the HIV and AIDS epidemic. If I were to wear my preacher's hat at this moment, and I'm not going to give you a sermon, but I would talk out of the book of Mark, chapter 4, when Jesus talked about sowing seed, and the seed falling, some by the wayside, and some on stony places, and some on thorny places, but some fell on good ground. Today I want to talk and address everybody that's here, because everyone here is connected to someone whose life has been impacted by HIV and AIDS.
Hi, I'm your host Janice McLean DeLoatch, and I am here today at Ripken Stadium at the Experience the Change conference. This is a little bit different from what we usually do, which is small business and entrepreneurship, as we all know. or those that actually watch the program, which I hope you're all watching. But today I wanted to step outside a little bit, step outside the box a little bit, and talk about something that affects us all. The conference that I'm at is called Experience the Change, and it's about education and awareness for HIV and domestic violence. This was a presentation and program that was put on by Power 3 Enterprise, Valerie Taylor and Paul Diggs. So I want to say thank you so much for inviting me to this conference. Here with me to my left, I have the pleasure of speaking to Reverend Delavago Scruggs, who is one of the keynote speakers today at the conference. So I want to say hello and welcome you.
Janice, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Glad to be here.
Thank you. I want to talk about what brings you to the conference today and your purpose today.
Well, McFarland & Associates is the firm that I work for. I am the senior project director. I head up a multi-million-dollar federal grant working with churches and community groups across the country around 3 topic areas, HIV and AIDS being one, substance abuse, and prisoner reentry. We are in 34 states working with churches and community groups. And when Paul and Valerie came to me, they told me about this conference, and so we came on board as a sponsor.
Okay. Now, how do you view HIV, AIDS, and domestic violence today as opposed to, let's just say, 10 years ago?
Well, with respect to HIV, I'll speak to that. I believe your next guest, Bishop Johnson, will address the domestic violence piece. But HIV and AIDS has ebbed and flowed over the years since it first hit America like a storm. It is still an epidemic proportion. And so 10 years ago, because of the medications improving the quality of life of people, I believe people have let their guard down, and they have continued in at-risk behaviors. And so now the numbers are spiking across the country, and particularly amongst African American women of child-rearing age 18 to 34. So we're seeing that the message needs to be stepped up. The outreach and awareness campaigns and treatment and services need to be stepped up.
Okay, excellent. If there were one piece of educational information that you'd like to see enacted, let's just say in colleges or schools, what would you want to see happen? Well,
at McFarland & Associates, there's another contract that works specifically with historical black colleges, HBCUs, Hispanic serving institutions, and Native American serving institutions. So we have a contract addressing HIV and AIDS at higher education institutions. What I would like to see really is not something that you can enact, but I like the message to get out that we are now at a point, a critical tipping point, if you will, of about people embracing personal responsibility. Just cut all of the campaign messages and things. This right now is about each person respecting themselves, knowing that they count, knowing that they have value.
Right.
And so that's what I would like for people to take away from this conference is personal responsibility. You got to look yourself in the mirror. So you've got to stop. No one will respect you more than you can respect yourself.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly on that comment. And, you know, I often wonder what makes people do some of the things that they do and some of the behaviors. And, you know, that's a whole nother issue in itself. I guess my question that I have for you, because I know that you have a background, in fact, you have an amazing background, is a BA in Public Communications from American University. It's a master's in administration from Oral Roberts University, and you oversee the McFarland & Associates HIV/AIDS Awareness Program. Wow. You know, so it's always very nice to see gentlemen that stood for something in the community.